Hi all and welcome back to my channel. This is Leah Gill and it's Leah's Tidy World, and I just wanted to make a bit of an update as to why I haven't made any content for you guys recently. And since this is a decluttering channel, basically I just have felt stuck in decluttering because basically there was one big round of decluttering I did in I think 2018, beginning of. There was a move, and I don't know if I should say this or if I should edit it out, but I even had reason to believe that I was going to be homeless, so I had to declutter massively and like get rid of so much stuff. Because I was a hoarder before. Like we shared a double room, so that's not a big space for two people. So it was pretty filled with me with my shopping addiction. So I've never really opened up about this like online. I didn't really realize that I would maybe need to talk about this, so I wasn't prepared. I had made my choice if I really want to share with you or if it's still too personal, because I don't want any blame to come on my husband, because we did end up moving together in the end. So I don't know, it sounds complicated maybe, but yeah, I just don't want any blame from outsiders who don't have a clue about my life. But yeah, my money managing habits were pretty bad, so I didn't have any money saved up to rescue myself out of the situation. But at the time I remember thinking, this is what I needed. Like, I just really needed that push to get over my attachments. But I think I'm getting in too much detail. Anyway, the point was, so basically, it's a huge thing to open up about, and I'm not clear if I want to or not, and I'm always indecisive. So I know in the editing I'll just be sitting there thinking back and forth. Usually I just leave things as much like as possible how I filmed them as I can. Otherwise, I won't finish the editing process. Oh man, what did I get myself into? But yeah, I did. So just to show you, like, I really decluttered a lot for someone like me. Because I thought I had nowhere to live in like a few days. So I made such big progress that I thought I made such big progress. And then we ended up moving here. So yeah, that was another reason to declutter, was the move. I still had to declutter a lot. So I felt like I made massive progress, but my husband says that I've since reacquired stuff, and that it isn't actually better than it was back then. It just looks better because we're in a 2-bedroom flat now rather than a double room. So I somewhat refuse to believe that because I just remember making so much progress, letting go of so much stuff, and finally having the push that I needed to really make those like cut things out of my life and say, hey, okay, I don't need this anymore and I can't keep it. So I thought I made so much progress. So if we are really back to square one, that would just be like, I mean, I'm not back to square one because I learned so much along the way. But if we once again have acquired as much stuff as before, then it kind of puts me in a position of, you know, I worked so hard, I thought I achieved so much, and then I haven't. But reason why I'm telling you this is because I had so strong attachments before that. Like I said, like I'd gone through significant losses. By now I think it's 4 to 5. And I'm saying 4 to 5 because I don't know if I should count the one that maybe technically wasn't as bad, but it was bad to me going through it. But some of them happen, I think, after, or, well, that was one of the losses. So you can understand that I had hoarding tendencies, which is another thing that's hard to open up about, and I'm still iffy about whether I should really do that in front of the camera and in public. But I finally want to be honest with people as well. I feel like I have all these stories that I held in that I never share with people, and I just want to be free for once. So I guess there's no knowing if that's a good choice or not until you try it out. But yeah, I had a really hard time letting go of stuff. I had such strong attachments that I kept clothes that didn't fit me anymore and stuff like that, and just in case items, I suppose. And I would always think I would get around to it one day, but then every time I tried, I couldn't make progress because I had such strong attachments and I would overthink so much. So for me to finally get to let go of stuff is like a big deal. But yeah, I had such strong attachments, so it was hard to let go of as much stuff as I did. And I did it. I mean, I needed to, but I did it. So to finally be at a place where I've kept only I'm finally at a place where I kept only what I really wanted. It was so hard to let go that now it's even harder because I basically have boiled it down to what was really important to me, and I made some mistakes and let go of things that were still important to me, which only turned out later on that I still want them, and now it's too late. But at least overall I improved the bigger picture, if that makes sense. I feel like with that big declutter, I boiled it down to what was really important to me, the things that still mattered. I let go of everything that I could push myself to let go. So now, even though it's a few years later, I've done some decluttering, as you've seen. Obviously I've shared it on my channel, or most of it. But I feel like those were small declutters, not such a big one where I really needed to reconsider all my belongings. But I feel like now I only have left what is actually really meaningful to me, or what I think is actually really meaningful to me. So to delve deeper is even harder, and I don't know how to do it, and that's where this feeling stuck comes from, and that's why I haven't really done any more decluttering videos recently, as I haven't been doing any more decluttering. I think a good place to start would be the eBay room or guest room, because I do keep a lot of maybe items in there and a lot of things that I've been meaning to sell one day and then never do it. So I need to really put those online. And I also have a gorgeous fur jacket, and I don't buy real fur new, aside from not being able to afford it probably. I'm just no animal cruelty, so this was given to me by a good friend, or a friend. And yeah, I really treasure that, but it doesn't fit me, and I've been wanting to get down to my real size, I was gonna say there. That's really how I feel, because I still feel like there's a book called The Real Me is Slim, and that's how I feel. When I was most myself, or I still identify with the size that I used to be, size 10 to 12. So I always in my mind think that I'll be able to get back to that size, but then reality is a different story. So I'm gonna need to sell that, and I'm gonna need to sell it fast. One, because winter is over soon, or will be over soon, but also because we might need to move again. We might need to move in a smaller place. So this is gonna be tough because now I don't have that push from the outside that I'm thinking I'll be homeless tomorrow or something, that really pushed me to reconsider everything. And maybe, you know what, I'm thinking maybe my bond with what was left got stronger because in a way I lost so much stuff that time. Do you think that's a thing? You know, I could imagine, or I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing, but I'm not sure. And now I have to reconsider everything that's still important to me, so then I feel like, where's the line? Because in my dreams I would be a minimalist, which is a huge step that I even consider that concept, because I clearly remember, I even made a video about this which never made it online, but I think it was maybe 2016 or sometime like that. So now it's just turned 2022 for me at the time of filming. So where I talked to you about why minimalism wasn't for me, or so I thought, but I've since learned that it's for everybody. It's our most natural state of being, our most natural state of living. Like cavemen, they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff there. They had some tools, you know, or even in the Middle Ages you wouldn't have so much stuff. So it's the most natural way for all of us, and you just might not have found your way to it yet. And I thought it was depriving, but I've since learned that it's actually, I should make a separate video about this, that it's actually the true freedom that you were deep inside seeking, you know, to not be a slave of stuff. So I've learned so much. I've grown so, on the inside I've grown really far, like I've grown a lot. Grown far, is that how you say it? Sounds a bit weird. I've grown a lot. I've come really far. To even consider minimalism for me as a potential lifestyle, even if I never reach it in this lifetime, which I hope to God and to Odin and to everybody, maybe not everybody, but hope to the heavens that I will. So I figured today, because at first I was just gonna make an update and just to explain why I'm not filming at the moment, but then I figured, what if I asked you guys for help and do a bit of a tour to kind of discuss some of the dilemmas with you? Maybe you have some input that can be helpful, or at least you understand why I haven't really been filming lately, and I'm still gaining subscribers, yay. I know my channel is really small and I'm just starting out, so every subscriber counts, so I see you, you know, thanks for subscribing, I'm really happy about that, I appreciate it a lot, thanks. And I hope you will continue to enjoy my channel in the future. So also to let you know that I'm definitely planning on making more content in the future. It's not like over now. I just have been a bit like uninspired or like felt stuck, as I explained. So yeah, I wonder if there's anything that I forgot to mention, otherwise we can get into the tour. I just feel like there's something I forgot to tell you, but it's not coming in my mind. I just feel like I pushed myself to open up about, like, I pushed myself into the situation now where I have to open up about all this stuff and, like, didn't know if I was ready. I get that a lot, you know, but it's been years for some things that I'm still not sure about. So, like, I don't know, I just want to be free for once. Well, everybody has a story, I guess. This is what makes you, you, isn't it? And it taught me so much about decluttering that it puts me in a position to be able to maybe teach other people or share my, like, I don't know, teaching sounds wrong, but share, like, my views and my experiences with other people so that they can benefit from it. Like, not everybody has the understanding of what it's like to live, you know, with hoarding tendencies, like a hoarder. Not everybody knows what it's like to have your, like, living space filled with that much stuff. So I guess if people look down on it, it's really them who have a problem. Because it taught me a lot. And I didn't know I could get help. That's another thing. I didn't know that you can get help, and that that hoarding was what it was. Like, if that makes sense. I still feel scared to call myself a hoarder, but I definitely had hoarding tendencies. But also, like, if we really do have the same amount of stuff approximately now, and now it just looks so much better, then was I a hoarder, or did we just live in... No, I'm not gonna blame it on that. But, also, I don't know if you guys know that that's a thing in, like, London or the UK, to, like, share rooms, because rents are so expensive. So people would get shared rooms, or just, like, shared housing, that different people live in the different rooms. Like, you just rent a room out, and then in the other room someone else lives there, and these are your housemates. So, because that's not really a thing in Germany. We have WGs, which is Wohngemeinschaft, is pretty much like shared housing. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a similar concept, but I suppose I was trying to translate it, but the only thing I can translate it with is shared housing, so that defeats the purpose of me explaining how it's different, because it sounds the same now. Anyway, I don't want to talk for too long. I hope you enjoy this video, and I would love for you to leave me some comments and give me some tips and advice and suggestions as to what maybe I can do, or what you think would be the next step. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends who need a decluttering boost. And let's head right into the into the tour. So I guess we'll start here. I mean, if you want an overview, this is how stuffed or how good it looks. I mean, it looks stuffed, but at least I only have a shelf. Okay, forget about this down here. It needs sorting out. Hidden behind the sofa. Maybe we can start with CDs and DVDs. Do you have everything digital nowadays? Like, for me, I'm still a bit old school, and what I wanted to do was just copy the songs onto the computer and then consider letting go of this. But then it's like copying protected, so I can't do that, and I've already spent my money on it. And I don't know if I'm so digitalized. I mean, I like putting a CD on. Like, it's just some... I used to consider them as expensive in my youth. Like, you know, when you only have a little pocket money and you buy a whole CD. Does anyone else feel the same way, or is it just me? So now I just kind of decided to hold on to them for now. But I haven't really used them, but that's because we don't have a CD player and we don't have a DVD player, but we haven't had them for years. But I have one in my mom's house in Germany, which is also kind of... I suppose I should be embarrassed about that, that I still have some of my stuff there, which only makes it even more, so I don't even want to think about that. But I wanted to... Yeah, with my corona, you can't, like, travel freely to sort things like this out anyway. And on top of that, people may have personal reasons why they can't travel. So, what was I gonna say? So basically, I have CD player there that I intend to carry over here, and then I will be able to listen to CDs. I just wonder whether I'm kind of out of, like, it's out of the habit, like, how to say, that I'm in the habit of not doing that anymore. So, like, I'm out of the habit that I'm used to not putting CDs on anymore, because I have had to not do that. I've had to force myself to not listen to CDs. I could use the PC, but I just never tend to do that. And then DVDs is a whole other problem for itself. I don't even have a DVD player. So at the moment they're useless, but I kind of want to hold on to them. But I want to hold on to everything. So like, oh, I didn't talk about my dreams that I wanted to be a minimalist. Well, I did kind of cut on it, but even if I could just pare it down to make our next move easier would be great. So this is a whole problem for itself. So most of these are stories that I started. I'm a very creative person. However, having gone through depression about 8 years ago, no, maybe 10 years ago actually, and struggling with social anxiety, my dreams just died at one point. Let me know if you feel the same. I'd love to hear if I'm not alone. I hope everybody will be sensitive in the comments section because we owe it to each other. But yeah, so I have all these unfinished stories, and I was just real with myself like yesterday, and I was just like thinking about how I haven't used these in maybe in 3 years or something. I haven't written anything about, like, I have been writing recently, but most of this stuff, I mean, some of them I started, when I was like 13. And back then you have big dreams, but you have to focus on school, so you do that. And then by the time you're supposed to be an adult and be able to like make money off your passions, your dreams might have died, or you might struggle with being an adult, with adulting so much that you just can't get around to it. And I don't want to let them go. I was just being real with myself about how long I haven't actually written into one of these books yesterday, and I thought I just try to think outside the box and think what else can I get rid of, because I want to keep it all, So I guess you get my dilemma. Do I let go of it? And is that like killing my dreams? Like, is it kind of, I don't want to take the chance away from myself to finish those stories one day. For example, this one is Harry Potter fanfiction, and in my opinion, it's really good, It's a really great idea. It's just a lot of work. I don't know how J.K. Rowling wrote 7 thick books. So should I let go of my dreams? But is that really letting go of my therapist? I never planned on telling you that I have a therapist, but she helps me with social anxiety. But she told me, what was I gonna say? No, I got so flustered I forgot. She told me that it isn't really letting go of my dreams. My dreams can still exist. It's just letting go of the physical items that represent my dreams. But for me, I feel like I'm letting go of my dreams. Like this is the final, I don't want to say nail in the coffin because it sounds so gruesome, but the final like thingy. If my dreams have already died, or you let them die, and it's so sad. Like, it's so sad. A part of me dreams of being that person again who used to have dreams, and was optimistic about achieving them. Like, I would love that. But it also seems so hard. I hope there's people with mental health challenges watching this, because I know they can understand me. Like, other people just don't get it, And you open up, and then you're met with misunderstanding or being not understood. I don't know if I'm too open in this video, I guess. But yeah, do you see my dilemma? I don't want to get rid of it because I want the chance to finish it and finally reach my dreams, but at the same time I'm in the position where I feel like it'll never happen. And I still have all this stuff. Well, some of it is like official, like things that I need, but most of it are just stories. And then we have here, I'm just gonna move on because I feel like I can't explain what I mean, notebooks, but most of them are still empty. and they're all so beautiful, so I want to keep them. And I do. I mean, I'm a writer like you. You can see how many stories I came up with. So that definitely has the potential of being used in the future. At the same time, when I think about how long I haven't used them for, it's longer than you realize, when you're honest with yourself. And I just have these strong attachments and I love them. I mean, some of them I'll definitely keep like this. And this is a cookbook, and I was like thinking, if I'm honest with myself, I only got it because it looks so cute. And really, I function without cookbooks. Most of the things that I want to cook, I know how to make them. If I ever do have a question, I check on YouTube. What I do want to do is like copy my mom's recipes actually, so maybe that will be a chance. But other than that, I just have these strong attachments. I just don't want to let go of it. Like, what can I do, guys? What can I do? Some of these photo albums are filled, and some, like half of them are probably... Oh my god, I have this too? Oh my god, I have so many photo albums. I have like lots of plans. I really want to like make my photos nice, go through all of them, and then it's the kind of thing that just never happens. So but I'll definitely fill this one because it's gonna be the wedding album. Yay. Here we have oh, my kitten is joining me. Hi kitten, how are you? Winter decoration, like Christmas decoration. I just put it back in this box today. This one didn't fit in. But I mean, I'll just leave it closed. It's not a lot, and that's great because it's not too much. Like, I don't have like a whole massive huge box full of only like Christmas stuff. Or even worse, unsorted, where you don't know if you still love half of the things. I actually love everything that's in there. And it's nice, like, if I have to spend the winter here in England with my family being in Germany, it's nice to have something to do and like have decorations like this, so I don't feel like completely lost and sad, if that makes sense. Having like a nice bit of decor, but at the same time, for actually hanging it up, it's actually not that much. If you distribute this in the whole flat, it doesn't come to a... So on Christmas, it still feels like it's not enough. But then during the rest of the year, it feels like it's too much. Like, I wonder if I actually want to be a minimalist. Should I actually let go of this? Should I actually like not have Christmas stuff at all? And then just have a minimalist Christmas basically with nothing. I mean, I don't have too much for Christmas decor comparatively, like with other people's, for what I've seen. But is it too much for a minimalist to even have any Christmas decor? And I used to not be the person who decorated a lot. But it was because I didn't find anything in my style. I didn't know that there was a style that I would like the Christmas decor of. So finally I found things that I love. So I kind of want to keep them, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I feel like my mom would not... We wouldn't have a Christmas tree growing up. We would have some twigs because eco-friendly, And I feel like that's a pagan thing, so for the longest time, like to decorate a tree. So for the longest time as a Christian, I didn't kind of dig it as much, but now I think that's changing. Now I'm really interested in like pagan things, so I suppose I should be happy with decorating. But I don't know if I'm the person who does the most on Christmas, if that makes sense. There's some people who go overboard, I'm not that person. Then these are the books, and I'm just gonna show you the honest truth of what it looks like. Then you know where I stand, and maybe it'll help me to recognize where I stand, because in my mind, like, I've done so well in that huge declutter I told you about. But when you look at this, especially like through the camera for me, because I'm so used to seeing it face to face, It's actually so full. Embarrassment! Ding dong, ding dong, embarrassment is at the front door. So yeah, books. I guess I have a lot of books. Probably not as many as I used to have in Germany, but I think I have some books left in Germany as well. Embarrassment! And I've recently bought new ones, which are down there. And here, now they start to pile up here as well. Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, it's like a bit of a, what do you call it, like a fine line, Gratwanderung, because you have to like make sure you actually read them when you buy so many new books at once. Like sometimes you get them secondhand. I got this secondhand, this secondhand, this secondhand. I think I got this secondhand. I got a lot secondhand. So yeah, you have to make sure you actually read them, but I am like 80% sure that I will. So I think that's good because I'm still interested in the subjects that they're about. I just have a few too many at once. But like, when I did the big declutter, I got rid of books that I still would have loved to read or liked. Like one book my friend gave me, and it was about such an interesting subject, and like I let go of it, you know, for the sake of making space. And now I repurchased books anyway, so might as well have kept those. Some of these books also remind me of my youth when I was really optimistic and had all these dreams. They remind me of my dreams as well. For example, this one reminds me of writing, or all these fantasy stories that I can speak fantasy story. I'm not being mean. Oh no, that's mean. No. Me and my best friend have this insider joke. But oh my god, what is this? Oh, it's a plant. Oh right. I wanted to put that in my journal. See how things never get done? I was just making fun of myself, so it's fair. I hope nobody thinks I make fun of people who have a lisp, because it just sounded funny when I said it. Fantasy stories. I couldn't speak for a second. Fantasy stories. Like I'm the last person to make fun of others because I was always made fun of in high school and it really hurt me. And it really like affected my self-esteem. So I really, really don't want to be that person to do that to anyone else. Like I'm not that stupid. I guess I don't know how to like express what I think about these books, but I feel like I have so many books. So when I think about what can I let go of, then I think maybe books, because I have so many. But then I look at every single book and I'm like, I'm in love with this. I'm so glad I have this book. Oh my god, this book is amazing, and this book is amazing too. And like, I'm so glad I have them and still want to read them. With most of them anyway. There are some which are so overdue with being read, it's not even funny. But like the new ones, I'm looking forward to reading all of them. It's just like I've overwhelmed myself and I shouldn't have done that. Maybe. But at the same time, I got everything for a great price and stuff, and I have really interesting subjects to read, so it's good. So like, I don't know. What do I do, guys? Everything's so amazing. Like, look at this Twilight edition. It's actually worth like £200 or something. I will show you. Not that I'm showing off or anything. It's so beautiful. But I got it for a way better price, so don't think that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I should just pretend I'm rich. I love this book, Breaking Night. It's like, it's so dark, like so depressing that you can feel understood if you have depression. But it also ends so positively that you can get hope from it without any pressure of, oh, be positive or whatever, how people talk to you sometimes. That's such an inspiring book, you know. She made it from being homeless to being one of the biggest business people nowadays, so It's really cool. I'm currently reading this, so I just have all these awesome books. Mythology, like, I want to learn about mythology. Harry Potter, who doesn't love Harry Potter? Don't raise your hand. Don't add me if you don't like Harry Potter. And about Tolkien, about fantasy stories, everything's so great. And even like these books have lots of self-help and books. Some of these books, they make me feel so positive, like this section here, and like something like Goodbye Things is so great to read, and even The Secret. And I used to have more. I used to have The Power as well. And another one which I forgot, I think. And I let it go. This fool let it go. And now I regret that, you know. But I've since bought The Greatest Secret. So there's that plus. For just £10. And even these remind me of writing, and I like love writing, like symbol, lexicon, dictionary of foreign words. I don't know, this one, like, I don't really need it, Oxford Advanced Learner's Dictionary, because I never look anything up in there. If anything, I ask Google, you know. I ask Siri, my friend. Just kidding. But like, it's so loaded. I remember using this in English class, and when I was still full of hope for the future, and like, I remember just loving this, and I don't know, loving English, and it sparks joy within me, you know. And I'm just so confused about what you do with such attachments that actually, because that's what in the past would have told me that this book is meaningful to me. That's what told me that it still belongs in my life, you know. But now I have only got such things, and you can see how many things I still have. So what do I do? What do I do, guys? I don't know, I'm making myself really vulnerable in this video. Oh, I forgot to talk to you about these teddies. You might have seen them in the other shot. I have so many. Let me go back over there. Dun dun dun! I have these many. And I love them. They're so cute. And last time I tried, I couldn't get rid of them. But then I'm thinking, like, I try to talk myself out of keeping them. And maybe only keep these ballet dolls there. Because they're only decoration. They only stand around and that's it, you know. But every time I see one in the charity shop, I'm like, I have to have it. I must buy this. And some are so cute, like with a swan. This one. Or I love this one with the melon dress. These teddies were made by my grandma, so... yeah. I feel like if I'm talking myself out of it, obviously I don't really want to. So maybe it's not the right path for me. But then, like, I have so many attachments to so much stuff. So what do I do? What do I let go of? Somebody please help me! So, hi, it's me, I'm back again. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. And once again, a little reminder to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And yeah, I'd love for you to let me know what you think about some of my dilemmas, what you would do in my place. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.